The transfer window is now firmly upon us and Arsenal wrapped up the first bit of business on Thursday with the capture of young Greek defender Konstantinos Mavropanos. The centre-back arrived at the Emirates from Parjanina and will soon be sent out on loan with Werder Bremen, a potential destination in Germany. But what other transfer dealings could be done this month? Who could arrive and who could head out the door? Our Arsenal writer Charles Watts hosted a Q&A today to discuss the latest goings-on at the Emirates. Supporters got in touch throughout the afternoon asking Charles questions about a range of subjects, with the transfer window a hot topic on conversation. There were questions on Julian Draxler, currently with PSG, Lyons Nabil Fekir and Borussia Dortmund striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, to name but a few, with Mesut Özil and Alexis Sanchez contract situations also of interest. You can catch up with everything that was discussed below. 1738 Arsenal announced Konstantinos Mavropanos transfer, no details of contract length or where he will be going on loan. 1732 Right, I'm going to have to call time on this QA now that 90 minutes has flown by. Thanks everyone for taking part. It's been good fun and I hope I got around to answering your question. Apologies if I didn't. I'll be back to do another one of these next week. 1723 It's not a question of the board backing Wenger. The entire board didn't back Wenger in the summer, it was totally split in fact. But the board doesn't really matter. The only person who decides whether Wenger stays other than himself is Stan Kroenke, and he absolutely backs him 100%. 1719 Yes, they are, but so are lots of clubs. He will go for big money in the summer. Arsenal will be in the mix. 1718 I can't see that happening. We had the Alexis striker experiment last season and Wenger scrapped it. 1714 It's brilliant. I'm an Arsenal fan. I've been a season ticket holder since the early 90s. I first started going in the 198,889 season, not a bad one to start. The whole reason I started to train to become a journalist was so I could report on Arsenal. Once I realized I wasn't going to be good enough to play for them, I realized that pretty early. I thought the next best thing was to be paid to watch them. So starting this job this time last year was a dream and it's been superb so far. It does have its drawbacks. I really miss sitting next to my dad in our seats directly opposite the press box, but that is the price you have to pay. The club certainly keeps you busy as well. There is never a dull moment when it comes to Arsenal. 1707 If Arsenal finish outside the top 4 but win the Europa League, it certainly wouldn't be a disaster. Was it a disaster for United last season? No chance. They won a trophy and got in the Champions League. In fact, if that was offered to me right now, I would take it. Want to win trophies, and Arsenal have never won the Europa League UEFA Cup. In terms of am I Wenger out? Yes, I am. I absolutely think it's time for him to move on. It was time for him to move on a few years ago. But I still have great respect for the man. He's given me amazing moments watching football, so I could never join in any protests or anything like that. He's done wonderful things for Arsenal. 1701 Yes. Even if Sanchez and Özil stay, I would bring someone in. Mahrez possibly. I really like Mahrez and think he would be an excellent signing. He would score goals, make them and fit into Arsenal's style of play well. The same goes for Nabil Fekir. 1658 Really interesting one this. I think you have to find space for all three. How Wenger does that I don't know. The only way is going to 4 at the back, then having Jagger and Jack as the midfield pair with Ramsey slightly further forward behind the front three. The issue with that though is a lack of width. 1651 I don't think Arsenal are in any real rush. It's hardly a headline-grabbing signing. The deal is done, as is the medical. So they will announce when they want to. I think they will wait until they know where they will be sending him on loan. 1649 No chance, other than in the cup games. I would love to see Maitland-Niles given a chance in midfield, but just can't see it happening in the league. With Kolasinac and Monreal injured as well, he's going to have to stay on the left for the foreseeable future. 1644 If it does, I think there would be more chance of it happening in the summer. If you look at answer to the question previously, you will see my thoughts on it. 1641 No conspiracy, just woeful officiating. Plain and simple. 1639 It depends on Sanchez. If he goes, then there is a chance, although I still believe Arsenal will wait until the summer to do any real significant business. Aubameyang could be one to keep an eye on, given what is happening with him at Dortmund and his links with Sven Mislintat. Arsenal are well aware of the reaction that selling Sanchez will bring, and the only way to counter the is to make a high-profile addition. So I wouldn't rule it out, but as far as I'm aware, it's unlikely as it stands. 1634 It's tough to say. Arsenal want to get things resolved with Özil before the end of this month, but talks only started again in December, so that is unlikely, unless they offer huge money. Özil holds all the power now. Can just wait and see what offers arrive, and there will be plenty of them. As it stands right now, I think it will drag on until the summer, and he will leave. I hope I'm wrong. 1630 I wouldn't say it's for clicks. Let's face it, Arsenal is not exactly the most positive place right now. Fans can only write about what they're seeing week in, week out. I'm sure they would love to be writing about a title challenge. Unfortunately, that is just not going to happen.